We are going to build a very quick hinge. My husband has me on a timer. Been a lot of disruptions today, and they're downstairs watching TV and they want me to be there, so I'm going to do this very quickly. You'll see how quickly this can go. 2 pages of 65-pound cardstock, 8.5 by 11. Our pages are 7.5, so I'm going to cut this in width to 7.25. Okay, alrighty. That's it for the cutter. Bring in the, okay, I don't have time for distractions. Where's my cut? There it is. Scoreboard. Okay, alrighty. So turn your papers to the side. This is the 7.5. We're gonna have to join these two together, but we're gonna get started. So let me slow down and show you exactly what we're gonna do. Our book is 8 by 8. It has 4 pages, and for a 4-page album, you have to decide how much room you want between your pages. I'm going with a 1/2 inch. Anything smaller than that, with as many flips and flops and pockets and stuff, it's just going to be too tight. So our gussets are going to be a 1/2 inch, and our hinge height is going to be 1 inch. I just like even numbers. It makes for easy math. So the first score you're going to do is at 2.5 inches. The reason being, and let me show you on all the mini hinges I've already made. This is the 2.5 inches right there, okay? And this is what will be on the album, you know, the front inside cover. This will be holding the hinge down in place. So you need to allow yourself, I think, 2.5 inches. It's a good number. Okay, so you have a gusset before your first page. It's going to be a 1/2 inch. That takes us to 3, okay? Now my hinges are going to be whole inches. That way it's just easier. And you need 2 pieces. You need a mountain and a valley for both. So I'm going to go from 3 to 4 and from 4 to 5. Okay? And that, let me get in there. Gosh, that's bad. I can't see. It's dark. It's nighttime. Okay, so that is 1 page. Then we're going to come back with another 1/2 inch. This is our second gusset. Just ignore all those little outlines. That's our second gusset. It's at 5.5. We need to go 1 inch to 6.5. Okay, our next inch would be at 7.5. Okay, and we have room on here to do our last gusset, or our next gusset, at a 1/2 inch. Okay, so here's where the next paper comes in. I'm going to set that aside, bring in this paper. I'm going to turn it over and put glue on that 1/2 inch that's left. Okay, that last piece of this paper. I'm going to try not to go over the score line. And I'm just going to lay it down because it's easier for me to do it this way. And just put this paper over it. You want to go next to the score line, not over the score line, and get it even, top to bottom. And just push it down and give the glue. Glue just takes a minute to catch hold. Okay, so back into the scoreboard. Okay, so we can stay down here. We were at 8. So our first, after our 1/2 inch gusset, we were at 8. So we go to 9 and 10, and we can go to 10.5 for our gusset. Let me write this on here just to make it a little more helpful. This is our first 2 inch pieces right here. Both of these together make our first page. Both of these together make our second page. Both of these, with the little added in, but it won't make any difference, is our 3rd page. Now we're getting ready to start our 4th page. And we can get our first inch, but I don't want to score down there. It's too close to the end. So I'm going to move this to any whole number. I don't care where. I'm just going to move it to any whole number. So I'm going to move it to 6. Okay, so that's our first inch, and here's our second one. We'll just go down to 7. So that's our last page. This is our 4th page right in here. We're going to give it one more score line at 7.5 because you need to gusset after your last page too. This will help you line up in your album. And you'll see that as we build the album. So right there is our 4th page. And that's our last gusset right there. This, I'm going to leave all of this on here just like you have this end on there. This will glue to the other side and just keep the hinge in there more securely. So away with the scoreboard. And let's start folding. Let's fold where I had all these score lines because that's going to be confusing. Here's your first one. Take the first 2-inch ones, right? Fold them really well. Push them down both directions. Okay, there's one. Go to your next one with 2 inches. And fold that. See, there's our 1/2 inch gusset in there. So fold that, lay it down, push it that way. You really want these things to know how to bend. This will make gluing it all together very easy. Our next one. This is our 3rd page. Whoops. Let's go that way, guys. Okay, and then our 4th one. And this will be very clear to you with the whole inch hinge and your 1/2 inch gusset. You'll be easy to tell where you're supposed to fold. So that is our 4 pages. These 2 lines right here, if you can see, are 1/2 inch on either side. When you put this into your album, and I show you that, makes it easy to line up. Okay, let's glue these things together. All right, so that's our first one, right? So we're going to glue that all together. So take your glue, put it in the middle, and don't be shy. The hinge is the heart of the album. So put plenty of glue on there. And this is my favorite part of building the hinge, is folding it after you've glued it. It just goes together because of all that pre-folding that we did. That just knows where to go. It just does. There, unfolded it. Just knows where to go. Got a little extra glue seeping out. That's okay. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay, our next one. Okay, so lay this one over. Just starts falling like dominoes. Push it down really well. See those extra score marks in there that I goofed up? They won't make any difference whatsoever. Okay. Our 3rd page. I got a little skimpy there. Okay, so lay that down. How's it wanting to go? Doesn't really matter which way you lay it. It's all glued together. Okay, and then our 4th one. Okay, and there it goes. Okay, we have just built a hinge in 9 minutes and 30 seconds, I'd like to say. He said I couldn't do it in under 20 minutes. I'm like, yes, I can. All right, there's our hinge. Push down really well on the inside. You want these things to be able to fold really well. You know, they're going to be turning your pages. But there they are. All right, under 10 minutes. Okay, we are going to start by cutting the chipboard for our mini album. It's an 8-inch square mini album, so it makes cutting, I love whole numbers. And I'm using this trimmer because it's just so hard on my other little one. So just going to cut an 8-inch square. Save what fell off because that can be cut down for your hinge. Okay, and we'll cut the other one to 8-inch. And yeah, this is Recollections chipboard. It's pretty sturdy. Eight inches and 8 inches. Okay, so there's that. Put these, the extra scraps, in your scrap bin. I use them a lot of time for, instead of foam or whatever to give a heft to your embellishment, I'll just cut a little piece of chipboard and stick it behind it. It works very well. Alrighty, I'm gonna put these away. Put my cutter away. Okay, I'm taking 2 pieces of 12 by 12 and I'm going to join them together to cover our chipboard cover. Just going to use my art glitter glue. Okay, and just line it up. Doesn't have to really be precise. We're not going to need nearly all this amount of paper. But 8.5 by 11 would fit. So, okay, push that down good. It takes the glue a second to hold. Alright. So we did not cut the spine. I completely forgot. Okay, the spine for a 4-page mini album is going to be 2.5 inches. I just built a cover that's 2 inches and things just weren't working out. I built 3 hinges thinking it was the hinge, but no. Back to the drawing board. It was the spine. It was 2 inches and it should have been 2.5. So another good scrap. Alright, so I'm just going to put glue on the back of this. This is going to make everything right. It's been a crazy day here. Lots of moving and shaking. Okay, so just put this in the center. You want it to cover up your join area. And just, I'm going to move it up because we're going to cut off. You want about an inch, 1.5 inches above. See, so I'll just trim one end. And just put it on there. You're going to want to be straight for your other ones. This one you're just getting in the middle. And everything else will be, this is the thing you'll measure from. So, here's this little piece that was left. If you want, you can put that in between as you put your other piece on. That's about 1/8 of an inch. If you feel like you need that guide, just use a little piece of chipboard. But you want to leave about 1/8 of an inch. Again, I'm just going to use glue. Sorry, it is so loud. My goodness, it really is. Out of there. The nice thing about glue, I usually use tape, but with glue, I think I'm a reformed girl. I think I'm going to use glue from now on. Gives you that little bit of wiggle room that tape does not. Okay. Push her down good. When it feels like it's really taken hold, I'm going to turn it over. Use my little Cricut tool and really spread out that glue. Okay. Let's turn it this way. piece on. Okay, and again, just slide it in. There we go. Now if you had to go back and test me and put this piece of chipboard in, I've got a little more room than that, but it's going to be just fine. So let's turn this one over and work that glue in on from that side. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this big thing around this way. So I'm going to cut off this side. You just need like an inch and a half. I'm going to let the ends go. Then you want to bend it up. You want that paper to bend around the chipboard. So just kind of work it a little bit. And do that on all four sides. Hold it. Don't let it flop here when you can't see, but up in here, you don't want it to bend too early. You haven't scored in there yet. Mine bending. Like I said, don't do that. Okay, and the last one. Okay, this is where I really like this score tool. Came from Dress My Craft. It's all worn off of there. But I love this flat edge. I just take that and bend it. Push that paper up against there. It just works very well. You could do that with the, this, but it's it works. This is just wonderful. So the last long side. Okay, and the ends. This end. And then push it down. You want to push it down because you need the marks that it's going to create. Make sure we do it on that side and that side. Okay. I'm going to use some score tape. Let's see. Cut my corners first. Okay, so you can see the mark right there where that score line meets that score line. You want to cut at an angle, just about 1/8 of an inch away. Can you see? And just cut it off. And I'll do that all the way around. Now for the score tape. Where did I set it? No, I'm going to use the wider. I'm using 1/2 inch. I'm going to put it on the outside edge. I have a feeling I'm going to run out of score tape. It's been a crazy day. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. And this angle can go up there. Why doesn't that want to work out? I don't know. So I didn't really, should have probably cut them off, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put 2 on that end and 2 on this end. And I made it with score tape. It's very crooked. It's just a busy day here. What can I say? My daughter's getting ready to move. We just found that out this morning. And I gotta help her, and I don't have time to help her. But I'm gonna help her right here at Christmas. Oh. Okay, so glue. Let's do this here. Nope. Here I am again. Alright, we're gonna push in our corners first. I learned that. Just push them in with your thumb. And then thin that down. Okay? It's gonna work. It's not perfect. There is a tool you can buy that makes this foolproof. I'm not sure who sells it. I can't. It's a little orange thing. I've seen it on other YouTubers. That's going to be good enough for me. Okay. Glue right. Come on, glue. Right along the chipboard edge. I think that's key. I run it twice. And then I just glue up in here. Okay, always do your long sides first. Peel off that tape. Score blade. Push that against that. And lay down. And I get very nice edges that way. I really like this thing a lot. Okay, let's flip it around, do the other long edge. I'm going to take off the tape first. That glue right in along the side of that chipboard. Oops. Okay, and then up in there. Okay. With the score blade, or score tool, bone folder, whatever we want to call it. Push that against there, and then just push it over. Okay, now, I was pushing in my corners earlier. Now's a better time. You can see it with those down. I am having a crazy day. But that is reality. That happens. Cool. Here we go. This will make this easier. So peel the tapes off. Put glue everywhere. Okay. Bone folder. just lay it over. Okay, do the other end. Fold those corners in a little better. My daughter is a student at TCU, and she'll be a senior next year. She's been in an apartment with a roommate that is just, you could make a movie about it. She is not easy to live with, we'll just leave it that way. And we've decided as a Christmas gift to her, how much more successful could she be if she were a happy girl. So we're getting her out of that roommate situation. We're going to sublease that apartment at some point. But she's moving to her own apartment, little one bedroom. And she is delighted, just delighted. So we're going to go to IKEA later tonight with KN95 masks on and staying away from people and getting her a bed and a nightstand. Just the bare essentials. The rest can come as it needs to be. She'll be here for Christmas, so no big deal there. Okay, I hope you can hear me. My microphone just fell to the ground. Maybe I didn't even have it on the whole time. Okay, score tool. Actually, I prefer this. I think because of the width of that, it fits over there where the score tool just is a little point. But you got to be careful because this sometimes can be sharp. So just gently score where that bends. And fold up. Okay, and here and here. And there we go. Now we have an album with a 2.5-inch spine, which will fit the hinge that I made. See where the score line is there and the score line is that we first made here? You want to get those things aligned, and then everything else should just fall into place, and it does. That's going to fit beautifully. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put it in now. I want to use glue, but it comes out so slow. Let me try my other glue and see if it will work. See if this will come out a little faster. This is Nuvo glue, which is new to me. I got it from Amazon, but it does seem to come out a little faster. And you do want this, usually I would do score tape, because this is your hinge. Everything's relying on this to be in there strong. So don't be shy with the glue. Okay, so we're going to line this up with that score line at that score line, top and bottom, getting it somewhere centered in, top to bottom, same width top to bottom. And that's going to work out fine. And that's where glue is very handy, because tape would not have let me do that. So push it down. And here you're going to want to score again before you bend this, because now you got to score this paper. I'm going to take the bigger ball of my score tool and just go down there. And it should Just bend. Oh, yeah, you see that? Stuff happens, but we're going to fix it. Yeah, that's why I told you, you got to be careful. You can't push too hard, and I just did. Okay. Yeah, it's nothing you can see on the back. We'll cover it up. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little drop of glue in there. If I can get it to come out. Fill in that hole. Okay, so there is our hinge and our album. I can see that putting in glue, you really have to let it dry. It's going to want to bubble up if it doesn't. You can't be in too big of a hurry. There's that ruler. The ruler kind of helps hold everything tight. It wants to bubble up right there. Just have to give it a minute. Okay, so the next thing we'll do once this dries is we'll cover these with paper. And then when we finish the pages, we'll insert the pages. But that is the basics of building your album. I'm going to cut a piece of paper that's, you know, for each, and probably just do it out of white. And just cover that. That will help hold down the hinge too. And yeah, then we'll put the pages in. It's going to be a very cute Christmas album. There we go. Okay, and just if you were wondering, these two pieces of paper are 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. Just cut from the same white cardstock. And we're going to place those down, and that'll hold in our hinge and cover up, make everything look nice and tidy. So you want to avoid your bending line there. Centered top to bottom. And then just push it down. That's my pencil line there. I'll erase that. Okay, there's our album. Alrighty guys, there's the album. The pages will get done as they get done, and I will upload a walkthrough. You guys enjoy the Christmas season. Be merry. Thank you for subscribing, and be looking for a giveaway video to come up soon because I'm so appreciative of all of you. Merry Christmas.